Well, another good performance by our pitching staff. Sam Weatherly, first start, thought he did a great job. Ryan Miller behind him was very consistent again for us. And Mitchell Miller saw action tonight for the first time along with Owen Griffith and Holt Jones. And if you look at the first 7 innings of the ball game, we only gave up 3 hits and only gave up 1 run. So those guys threw the ball well. I thought Owen threw the ball well, even though walked a couple guys, found a way to pitch out of it and minimize some damage, even though we gave up a couple runs. Thought he threw the ball well. And Holt Jones, it was great to get a true freshman in there, hold at the end, and let him get his feet wet. Thought he threw the ball well. Offensively, we put together some really good at-bats. First couple times through the order, we just couldn't deliver that knockout punch. The game was pretty tight, and we kind of broke it open in the 5th. Chris Williams had a heck of a day, drove in 6, hit a big home run and a double later in the game. And 8 out of 9 starters either drove in a run or scored a run. So we got good production all throughout the lineup. Had a good day offensively and defended the field again really, really well. Made some great plays. Teodosio robbed a home run in center field, made another play, nice play coming in. Hawkins got in the ball game, hit one halfway up the batter's eye, and he played pretty dang good over at third base as well. So our defense, again, has been a strong point of ours. Pitching staff did a great job. We opened it up a little bit offensively tonight, which is good to see.
Good. Needing somebody to just kind of break through. Did Chris provide that for you with that home run?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when he hit the home run, again, I think that hitting is contagious. I know it's, kind of an old cliche, but when you're on deck and the guy in front of you, makes an out, it's tough. It's tough. It is contagious. When the guy goes up and drills a ball, hits it hard on the barrel, gives you a little more confidence if you're on deck or you're in the hole coming up there and you start to see that momentum start. But I actually thought we were putting together some good at-bats early. We made a couple mistakes on the bases. We didn't help ourselves base running wise early in the game, but overall swung the bats well and got great production from a lot of guys.
Coach, great start to the season for Cromwell. He was 3 for 4 tonight. Did you see this coming from him in fall ball and coming into the season?
Well, Cromie had a very good fall for us and had a very good preseason for us. He was one of the guys that in the fall campaign and in the early spring campaign coming back had a 400 plus on base percentage. So he's been very consistent. So we felt like Cromie could give us some good at bats. We actually put him in the 3-hole tonight, put Seth in the 2, and just kind of shook it up a little bit and worked out pretty good for us.
How important is it for you to hit like you did tonight in the midweek going into the weekend after last weekend's hitting performance?
Well, I think the guys will be very confident, going into the next couple of days of practice as we prepare for Dallas Baptist, who is, by one poll, I think number 11 in the country. This is a team that is, regional, super regional, Omaha caliber club. A lot of publications pick them as a team that can contend to go to Omaha. So, we got a heck of a test ahead of us this weekend. It's great to play well in the middle of the week to get some momentum and some confidence going into the weekend, but we're going to have our hands full trying to play with a quality club like Dallas Baptist this weekend.
Fair to say Ryan Miller is pretty firmly entrenched as your go-to middle reliever right now?
Well, he's definitely, a guy that's very dependable. He's a guy that we feel very good about being able to piggyback with a starter and stretch out the ball game. He's done an outstanding job for us so far.
I know it's early in the season, but these first 4 games, can you talk about how the team has looked and your thoughts on where they're at after 4 games?
Well, I think as a head coach, you're always looking to improve. You're always looking at areas that you need to improve upon. I felt like after the first weekend series, we needed to be more aggressive at the plate early in the count, and I thought we were much more aggressive tonight. I thought tonight, I know we scored 12 runs, but even early in the game when it was 1-1, I felt like our swings were better. We just needed to be more aggressive. I think our pitching staff right now, what we're seeing out of our pitching staff is kind of what we saw in the preseason. And our defense, our pitching and our defense have been very consistent, and we need to obviously continue to do that. It looks like as of right now we've only played 4 games, but if we can swing the bat aggressively and continue to pitch and defend the way we have been, we have a chance to be a pretty good club. But it's early, and we got to stay healthy and and guys that we're playing have to continue to be consistent. The good thing is through 4 games, we've also played a lot of guys in our lineup, and we've pitched a lot of guys. So, we've been able in 4 games to get a lot of guys some experience as we continue to try to build a lineup and try to build roles out of the bullpen and with our starting pitchers. So, so far I feel really good about where we're at after 4 games. But we've got a long way to go, and we've got a lot of tough opponents coming up here, especially this weekend. So we're going to be tested this weekend. We'll see where we're at, after this weekend. But, so far so good. We're sitting at 4-0. You bring pitching and defense to the ballpark every day, you're going to give yourself a chance. No matter how good you are offensively, if you don't pitch and defend, you're not going to win, a lot of games. So, so far so good on that end.
Coach, you scored a bunch of runs with 2 outs tonight. Had, of course, the big 2-out rally in the 9th in the opener. How does your approach and your strategy change with 2 outs up there at the plate?
It doesn't really change a whole lot. In 2 outs, 2-out hitting to me is, those are at bats where you just, for me, you want to just get in the middle of the field. We talk about not trying to do too much, trying to drive the ball back through the middle of the field. Try to put together a good at bat and extend the inning. You look at some of the swings. Chris Williams' homer, was to the opposite field gap. Tio, had a 2-strike, 2-out hit where he stayed on a baseball. Donathan had a base hit the other way, 2-out knock. So, more than anything, it's just staying within yourself, and that's what 2-out hitting is all about. It's about putting together a competitive at bat, because 2-out hits is, win championships offensively. That's where you got to be able to pick each other up if you don't get the job done. And 2 outs, you see a lot of teams that are good 2-out hitting teams that can stretch that inning and get that reliever in the bullpen, in the game, get that guy out of the game. That's when you're going to be successful offensively.
Coach.